Hi there. Today we're talking about the mind and how taking care of my mental health has helped me through my short creative career. I haven't been in the industry for that long, and it's been about 3 years, but I've struggled a good amount with a bunch of different things that I think a lot of different creatives struggle with. And the first one we're covering is burnout and how burnout can be tough whenever you are just starting out. You think that you're always burnout. You think that, you're working hard and you're just tired, and that's burnout. You kind of have a hard time analyzing burnout. And that's something that I've definitely struggled with. And not only that, but I've struggled with anxiety, a little bit of depression too. And it's a hard thing because it's such a lonely career. Being creative, putting out your own content, being a freelance photographer or videographer, it's a lonely thing to do because you don't have a ton of people around you supporting you every single day. Now, I have a great support system, and I have a bunch of great people around me that support me whenever I need it. But for a while, I didn't have people that I talked to on a daily basis about what I was doing. And I didn't have people that I talked to every single day about what I was struggling with and what I needed help with. And that was hard for me, for sure. But at the same time, it makes me more grateful to have people that I go and talk to now. But whenever I started actually working on my mental health and figuring out what worked for me, what didn't work for me, and how I could feel better day to day and just feel better overall, whenever I woke up in the morning, one of the first things I did was make sure that I took a day off every single week. I made sure that there was one day where I didn't do anything. And it started out, it's kind of a joke, and if you ask my brother about it, he'll laugh at me. I got a funny story actually. And so I chose Sundays. I chose Sundays where I'll do nothing. And this was during football season. I'm a big sports fan, so I just pretty much watch football games all day long. And me at the beginning of my career, but I'm like, oh, that's such a waste of a day. Why are you doing that? That's stupid. But that's not the case. It's okay to take time to do what you want to do, to take time to just relax for a day. Now, I'm not great at relaxing. I think that's what kind of comes with being an entrepreneur is you always feel like you have to be doing something. Whenever you're working for yourself, you always feel like you got to be doing something. But whenever I decided to take these Sundays off, it helped me overall. I actually would say that working 5 or 6 days a week then was better than me working 7 days a week. I would work more efficiently and then I would have a break. On the weekends now, I do have shoots. Sometimes I do have Saturday or Sunday shoots, but I'm better at if I don't have anything, I don't do anything. I hang out with my friends. I'm okay with just doing nothing, just sleeping in on a Saturday, going to the gym, and not really working a whole lot. If I'm working on anything, it's for myself. And the funny story about whenever I started taking these Sundays off is I was, normal Sunday, football season, middle of the season, Steelers had a day game, I was just waiting for the game to come on, and I woke up around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and was just chilling, made myself some breakfast, watching some of the pregame shows. Whenever I say I watch football all day, I literally watched every single game and didn't even get out of my pajamas. But I went out, made myself some breakfast, and sat down, ate, and then I just fell back asleep. I took another nap, and who cares? I was just sleeping on the couch. Next thing you know, my brother shoots me a text, and he's like, hey, do you mind if I come down and grab the bike battery so I can take somewhere? I have an e-bike that you need the battery to go anywhere, so he just wanted to grab it so he could take it. Whatever, absolutely, come down. Came down, I'm chilling on the couch in my pajamas. And I was like, yo, here's the battery. We talked for a couple minutes, and he was like, you're about to fall asleep, aren't you? I was like, yep, I am exhausted. And he just laughed at me, whatever, blew it off, went and did his thing. I fall asleep, and then I woke up, and the battery was back. And it was like 3 hours later. And I was like, I texted him, and I was like, yo, did you bring the battery to the apartment? Like, did you just come in? He was like, yeah, I walked in and I talked to you for a second. I was like, you talked to me for a second? I don't remember this at all. Little did I know, I was literally sleeping midday on a Sunday. He comes down, says something to me. I like sleep talk back to him. And then he sets the battery down, walks away. I don't remember anything about this. It was the weirdest thing. But that's how much I'm relaxing on these Sundays. I'm taking these days to just not do anything. No, I'm not saying I will never do anything. If one of my friends reaches out and wants to do something, absolutely, I'll hang out with them. It's more so I'm just not working. I might go golfing during the summer. I might, I don't know, grab dinner, grab lunch with somebody. Do something that I genuinely want to do that has nothing to do with the camera and also doesn't have to do with me doing some work on my laptop. I think that this has benefited me so much, and it's helped me just be more efficient. It's helped me kind of get clarity in my work whenever I am, just doing a lot of things. Whenever it comes to this, coming up with ideas for the channel, coming up with new video ideas, it's tough, putting out a bunch of videos, you have to come up with different ideas every single time you put one out. If I put out the same video today as I did last week, everybody would hate it. And whenever I do these, and whenever I take a day off, I can genuinely say that I have ideas at the end of that day. It's like whenever people say, oh, I get the best ideas whenever I'm in the shower. That's a real thing. I really think that that's a thing. I think there's some science behind it, actually. But I get some good ideas whenever I'm just sitting by myself. And recently, I know my girlfriend's going to laugh at me whenever she's watching this, but recently, I've been really big into the cold tub, and it's been really nice for me. At my gym, they have a cold plunge, and after my workout, I'll go in the steam room, and then I'll go in the cold tub. And sitting in there and then getting out and letting my body reset, it's so much better for my mind than it is for my body. Yeah, everybody's known that a great form of recovery is to take an ice bath, and it's great for your muscles, whatever. But I do it all for my mind. It strengthens me mentally. It gives me some adversity at the beginning of the day. And one thing that I definitely believe in that I kind of miss about playing sports is that you get a lot more accomplishment out of something that takes a physical toll on you. Whenever you can physically feel, the hard work, a long workout, you're tired, you can really identify that much easier than if you're working a lot, sitting at your desk editing, and you're just really tired from editing. But then you feel like you can push through that because that's just your mind. You're just a little bit tired. You're not physically tired where you can't lift anymore, where you can't run anymore. That's something that it's hard to put into words, but I think about it all the time. Whenever I am working 12-hour days, 15-hour days, I find it okay, but then I look back and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, think about working out in this perspective. Now, you can't say that you can work out just as much as you can work, but when it comes down to it, you can only work so much. Your mind is a muscle too. Your mind can only do so much in a day, whether you like it or not. Yeah, go ahead, try and push through it, but the results aren't going to be that good. The results are going to slowly deteriorate throughout the day, and then you got to reset the next day. If I work out and I'm really tired today, I'm not going to be tired when I wake up tomorrow. Yeah, I might not want to wake up in the morning because, I'm just, my mind's tired and I feel like I didn't get enough sleep, but I'm still going to go work out. My body isn't physically fatigued because I just finished a workout. It's not the same feeling as whenever you just finished a workout, like you can't do another workout. And that's kind of how it is for your mind too. You can work an 8-hour day, right? Finish 5, 6 o'clock. If you try and work 8 more hours right after that, you're not going to get it nearly as much done than if you hang out, make dinner that night, maybe hang out with a friend or two, get a good night's sleep, work out in the morning, and then get to work. It's a reset, and then you're ready to go. Taking a break like that is good. Actually, taking that time to realize, oh, my mind's tired, even though I might not truly be feeling that, and then moving on and doing the next task, moving on and hanging out with a friend to reset. I love thinking about that in the way of physical versus mental and trying to think about them in a similar way because it's much easier to identify when you're physically tired than mentally tired. As I talked about in a previous episode, there's always this confusion of burnout or laziness. You're not always burnout. Sometimes you're just being lazy. And also vice versa. You might think you're being lazy, but you're also just burnout. It's hard to identify which one you're feeling in that specific moment, but you can always take a step back and realize, okay, this is how much I've been working. Maybe I just need to take a day off. Maybe you also just need to push through it. That's why I think having the 9 to 5, having the basic amount of hours, whether you're feeling good or bad, you should work them. You should work a certain chunk of hours every day during the week, if that's what you like to do. Have some sort of routine so that if you feel like shit one day, then you still push through it. Don't say that you have to work 12 hours every single day. I'm just saying if it's a Tuesday afternoon, get some work done whether you like it or not. Now, I know that kind of contradicts what I'm saying, but sometimes you do just need to push through and fight through it. And that's why a routine could be really good for you. A routine can be good because it kind of gives you something to fall back on. Oh, it's noon on a Tuesday. Maybe I should be eating lunch. Oh, it's 2 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. Don't really feel like editing. I'll put in 1 or 2 more hours and then I'm done for the day. Because some days you might get to 2 o'clock and you still feel super sharp. You might get to 5 or 6 o'clock, you still feel super sharp. Maybe make the conscious decision to say, okay, I'm done for the day because I don't want me working so much today to carry into tomorrow and make tomorrow a bad day. Maybe push through it. Maybe if you're really grinding, if you're really on the verge of finishing a big project, then keep going. Maybe work late that night. But then realize that you have to sleep in a little bit more tomorrow. Maybe you don't work out in the morning. Don't work super long on a Monday because you took that Sunday off just to realize that your Tuesday is going to suck because you beat the hell out of yourself the day before. Now, I know I just went off on some different tangents, but those are some things that have helped me throughout my career so far. And they're things that have helped me, just fight through the adversity and have good days, have bad days, and just I'd be able to identify how I'm actually feeling. Now, if you're new here, subscribe down below. I got my other channels. I got my Instagram. I got my TikTok down below. Click those. Follow me on everything else. And in the meantime, you can expect a video every single day from me on this channel. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.